Barena Wei didn't see him just now. At this time, he glanced at Qin Gang and said with disdain, "Qin Gang, our two families have worked together for more than 10 years. Why are you even speaking for this waste?" Qin Gang snorted and said, "Mr. Wade's ability is not something people like you can know. If you insult Mr. Wade, you insult my Qin family. From now on, our Qin family will cut off all cooperation with your Wei family. All medicinal materials will no longer be supplied to the Wei family." Barena Wei's face changed slightly, and they would be in trouble if they lost the Qin family supplier. But you can't lose face when you lose anything, so he gritted his teeth and said coldly, "Without the supplier of your Qin family, our Wei family is still living and moisturized, but your Qin family has broken off cooperation with us. I am afraid that in the future it's not easy, right?" Qin Gang's face remained as usual, and he resolutely said, "The Qin family's medicinal materials are well known throughout the country. Even if you don't cooperate with us, it will not have a big impact on us. It is your Wei family that will suffer. If my Qin family's medicinal materials are gone, I will see your future how to guarantee the quality of medicines." The middle-aged man behind Barena Wei said sorry to Qin Gang at this time. "Don't mind Mr. Stephen, my brother was joking just now. Our two companies have been cooperating for so long, so we rashly terminated our cooperation. Neither side is good." Before he finished speaking, Barena Wei turned his head, kicked him, and said coldly, "Liang Wei. When do you speak here? What do I want to do with you? Remember you? Your identity, you are a be-it starred born from a mount, and if you babble with me, you will go back to your Changbai mountain." Liang Wei was kicked to the ground, covering his stomach with pain, his face flushed. But he didn't dare to speak any more, just stood up quietly, stood behind Barena Wei again, and said nothing. Charlie glanced at Liang Wei more. From his body, Charlie saw a little bit of his previous shadow. Being despised, or even humiliated by others, but he can only choose to forbear, stay invisible, and quietly wait for a chance to rise. At this time, Wendy said to Barena Wei, "My dear, you can't be guilty of being angry with a rubbish and a be-it starred. Let's go in." Barena Wei nodded. Charlie, this rubbish, and Liang Wei, a be-it starred, were rubbish in his eyes. Even if he suffered a big loss under Charlie's hands, he still didn't think Charlie was a great person. On the contrary, he was still waiting for an opportunity to retaliate against Charlie to relieve his hatred. Charlie didn't bother to argue with this group of people. The reason why he came to the expo was for the 300-year-old purple ginseng. As for Fredman and Barena Wei, if they dare to continue to pretend to be forceful, then they have the opportunity to slowly clean up them. Seeing Fredman, Barena Wei and others are gone, Tianqi shook his head and sighed. "This Fredman is really self-inflicted and cannot lie." Qin Gang said, "Mr. Wade, Mr. Shi, let's go in too. Don't let these villains affect our mood." Charlie said with a smile, "Of course I don't care about a group of clowns." They walked into the center of the exhibition hall. There are already exhibition counters for various traditional medicine materials, and each of them displays many kinds of medicinal materials. Qin Gang first invited Charlie to inspect his booth. The Qin family deserves to be a medicinal material dealer with a history of over 100 years. They have more than a dozen showcases, and various rare medicinal materials filled the counter. Qin Gang said to Charlie, "Mr. Wade, if there are medicinal materials you need in it, just say it and I will bring it out to you." Charlie nodded and said, "After I get the 300-year-old purple ginseng, I may make a new medicine. I will tell you what I need then." Qin Gang hurriedly said to Charlie, "Mr. Wade has any request, despite the instructions, Qin Gang will do his best to fulfill it for you." Charlie looked around at the expo, and found no medicinal materials worthy of his attention, which made him somewhat disappointed. It seems that most of the medicinal materials can only be regarded as ordinary goods, and there is nothing special about them. After shopping for a while, it was almost time for the auction, and Charlie went to the auction hall with Qin Gang and Tianqi. The entire auction hall can accommodate millions of seats and has a large area. In the front of the auction hall, a transparent booth with 4 sides of glass was erected. In the center, it is the 300-year-old purple ginseng plant. After Charlie saw this purple ginseng, he was delighted. He could perceive that this purple ginseng has a strong medicinal power. According to his eyesight, the purple ginseng is said to be 300 years old, but in fact it is almost 400 years old, and the quality is even better than imagined. There are many kinds of ginseng: common ginseng, American ginseng, red ginseng, purple ginseng, and wild ginseng. Among them, purple ginseng is the rarest and the most expensive. And ginseng itself has a lifespan, and most of them cannot live for 100 years. Therefore, it is not to say that a ginseng plant has not been picked. It can become a 100-year-old ginseng or a 100-year-old ginseng. More than 100 years will come to an end.